Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, this ain't about how much I bled. It's about how it didn't change. I've been long suffering, still kind with it. Still me, still pure, I ain't blind with it. Pressure tried to bend me, I declined with it. Stayed whole, stayed true, yeah, I shine in it. Long suffering, yeah, I stayed intact. Pain not hard, I ain't paid it back. Didn't let the dark redesign my map. I endured the storm and I came back. I learned patience ain't passive, it's power. It's holding your tongue when you could devour. It's staying soft in a room full of cowards who confuse being loud with being empowered. I've been tested by time, by silence, by loss, by prayers unanswered, still talking to God. By nights when my mind tried to mutiny, but I told my soul you ain't leaving me. See, suffering, try to rewrite my name, try to teach me bitterness was the game, but I refuse to let pain tutor me. I studied endurance, majored in staying. I've been long suffering, still kind with it. Still me, still pure, I ain't blind with it. Pressure tried to bend me, I declined with it. Stayed whole, stayed true, yeah, I shined in it. Long suffering, yeah, I stayed intact. Pain not hard, I ain't pay it back. Didn't let the dog redesign my map. I endured the storm and I came back black. Mental stamina, yeah, that's the flex. Holding your center when life get complex. Not snapping every time you feel disrespected. Not turning cruel cause you felt neglected. Spiritual lungs, I breathe through the weight. Didn't rush the healing, I let it marinate. I learned endurance, don't mean you don't ache. It mean you don't let the ache make you fake. I watch folks let hardship harden their tone. Turn every wound into a throne of stone. But I chose growth over being right. I chose life without losing my fight. I could've turned cold, I could've turned mean. I could've let survival erase my dreams. But I stayed rooted, I stayed aware. I carried the load without losing my care. Long suffering ain't weak, let's be clear. It's restraint with muscles only wisdom can bear. It's boundaries built without venom inside. It's telling the truth without needing to slide. I didn't break when it would've made sense. Didn't let resentment take up residence. I kept my laughter, my love, my sight, even when the tunnel took forever to light. It's that quiet strength, uncelebrated grind, the kind that don't trend but will save your mind. I didn't just live, I preserved my soul, and that's a victory they'll never control. I've been long suffering, still kind with it. Still me, still pure, I ain't blind with it. Pressure tried to bend me, I declined with it. Stayed whole, stayed true, yeah, I shined in it. Long suffering, yeah, I stayed intact. Pain not hard, I ain't pay it back. Yeah, you better let the dark redesign my map. I endured the storm, and I'm still there.
Steps off, baby. This ain't just a vibe, it's a sanctuary. You just walked into the Love Palace. Welcome to a Daily Dose of Dee. Wrap yourself in satin, truth. This love ain't rushed, it's velvet smooth. Silk on your spirit, rose in your mouth. Let me show you what healing's really about. Ooh, she don't play with pleasure, nah. Only pours it where it's earned. Let it burn slow. A daily dose of Dee. Let the love run deep and free. One touch and you'll believe. She's the calm, she's the heat, she's the peace you need. Here in the Love Palace, where even broken ships sail smooth. Anchor down, baby, daily dose of Dee. Your prescription to feel seen. No refills, just show up and receive. Let your Your ships drift into healing seas. We don't chase waves, we ride them. She don't beg.
There is resilience we don't talk about often. A strength that doesn't scream, it doesn't stomp, it doesn't show out. It's the strength of someone who's had their heart broken but still chooses to love. It's the resilience of someone who's been misunderstood but refuses to close their spirit. It's the resilience of someone who has been disappointed yet still gets up every morning and tries again. Not of denial, but out of destiny. Long suffering, the slow burn of endurance, the quiet power of patience under pressure, the bravery of staying kind in a world that doesn't always reward it. Many people want fast blessings, that quick healing, that instant peace. But long suffering teaches you the beauty of the slow build. It teaches, it's the teacher that whispers, I'm not punishing you, I'm preparing you. So today, let's talk about that kind of resilience that grows in shadows, in waiting rooms, in long nights, and in all the places where hope refuses to die. Welcome to Daily Dose of Dee. Grand rising, grand afternoon, or grand evening, depending on what time of day you're watching Daily Dose of Dee. I am your host, Goddessy of Love. How's everyone doing this evening or whatever time of the day you're watching this? It is Monday here, and today we're going to call this Mingle Monday. We're going to do a little communication and mingling and talking today. And what we're going to talk about today is a word that means something very powerful. The word of the day is long suffering, having or showing patience in spite of troubles, especially those caused by people. Yes, we're mingling on this Monday about this word, long suffering. And our quote of the day is, your passion must be tempered with patience. Maybe long suffering patience would be a better word. Think about that. Think about that today while we mingle on this word, okay? So when we look at the word long suffering, it literally means exactly what it says, suffering long. Long suffering is one of those concepts people hear, but they rarely unpack it. It's more than patience, it's more than endurance, it's more than just sucking it all up. It means having emotional, spiritual, mental stamina to endure difficulty without letting the difficulties distort who you are. So let's go deeper into the origin because the history of the word tells the story of its power. The word comes from Old English and was polarized in early biblical translations. It comes from long and sufferan, meaning to bear, to allow, to endure over time with resistance and compassion. But if we dig into its origin, it gets more interesting. In the original Greek, what some people call the New Testament, the word is makra. Let me say this: makra through ma. It's combined word made of makras, meaning long, and thumas, meaning temper or passion. So essentially, it means being long tempered. So there's the Hebrew equivalent. It's often used to describe in the Bible, that book, the Old Testament, as God. It's even more descriptive. It literally translates to long of nose. Did y'all know that? This comes from the ancient ideal, and when someone gets angry, their nostril flares, right? Their nostrils flare up and their face gets real hot. So to be long of nose means it takes a very long time for the heat to travel and manifest as an outburst. It's the opposite of having a short fuse. It's having a fuse so long that it gives you space for peace to return before the explosion ever happens. The root reflects resilience, not passive pain, but controlled power. The kind of resilience you see in people who have been through the fire but didn't turn into ash. Long suffering. A long suffering person isn't someone who is weak or dormant. In fact, they are incredibly resilient because they possess immense self restraint. You keep calm when chaos shows up. You maintain your passion even when the patience runs low. You don't give up on people you love at the first sign of difficulty. One of the key characteristics include emotional steadiness and a refusal to retaliate when they've been wrong. You can recognize long suffering in someone who remains calm under being provoked and who is consistently choosing mercy over getting even. Let me slow this pace right here. There's a difference between pain that breaks you and pain that grows you. While we often use these words interchangeable, there's a beautiful nuance between them. Think of it this way: patience is generally about how you handle circumstances, like waiting in a long line or enduring a difficult season of life. Whereas long suffering is about how you handle people. Patience is the endurance that keeps you from giving up on a task, but long suffering is the grace that keeps you from giving up on a person. If we put them together in one sentence, patience helps us endure that what willing long suffering helps us endure the who. Let me say that again. Patience helps us endure the what, while long suffering helps us endure the who. Long suffering is the second. Now let me see, family. Now here's where we really draw the line between patience and long suffering. Patience is waiting with a peaceful heart. Long suffering It's waiting when your heart is tired, pressured, stressed, and still refuses to turn bitter. It's deeper, fuller version of patience, the heavyweight class. So, family, long suffering is courage to remain grounded while life tests your spirit over and over again. In a relationship, long suffering might look like a spouse who continues to show kindness and support even when their partner is going through a season of irritability or depression. It's the parent who remains steady, loving their child through rebellious teenage years, refusing to let the temporary friction break the permanent bond. Now let's talk example because that's going to make it real, right? When we have examples. As I was stating, in a relationship, you and your partner are going through what we call a communication breakdown. Not toxicity, not disrespect, just two imperfect humans learning how to love each other better. Long suffering is staying committed to the process, not yelling, not shutting down, not showing up, but showing up with grace as you both grow. A life example: you're working on your health journey. That's me. I'm always working on my health journey. Your results are moving slow, not to the way you want it to be, but the motion comes and goes. The process is emotional. Long suffering is sticking with it, giving yourself compassion on the days you might slip up and getting back up again. It's not pretty, but it's powerful. Okay, family? Now, before we jump into the next part, can we talk about how we be driving to them fast food restaurants to get them french fries or that Chick-fil-A or that burger on a busy day? It feels like that might be a test, right? So you start off optimistic, and then 5 minutes, you're reevaluating your choices. Like, girl, you know you didn't need that. Or, man, I know I didn't need that. In 10 minutes, you're wondering if you should have just cooked a home cooked meal at home. In 15 minutes in your life, you're like, oh my goodness, please bless my spirit. Give me the strength. You know I wanted to go get this fast food. All right. Yeah, that's long suffering on a eating level, on that high level. All right. But I'll be right back right after these messages. So don't go anywhere. Okay. I'll be right back.
Long suffering and suffering long. What's the difference? The word suffering in this case is similar to saying deal, like dealing with something. And long suffering is just dealing with something for a longer time, suffering it, like going to school or keeping up with your car's maintenance. Yet, the word suffering makes you feel like it's a bad thing though. But I, for one, always love when I take my car to get its maintenance. Okay, so when does the suffering part happen? Well, it doesn't. Well, unless you let it. The suffering part happens up here. You can suffer in two ways. You can suffer with grief or with misery, or you can suffer with diligence and patience. So when you think of long suffering, I want you to imagine a farmer growing his farm acre by acre and seeing all the work that he's done, happy with all the work he's put in, rather than a farmer who's putting all this work in just so he's able to eat. It's so much better to long suffer than to suffer long. And the difference lies all in your head. Consider the prophets. They counted all their persecution not suffering. And in fact, they even rejoiced in it. They were happy to deal with their situations. So try your best not to suffer long, and instead, long suffer. Does that make sense? Let me know in the comments.
She don't rush when she step in. She let the room lean in. Roots deep, yeah, she grounded. Still fly when she move within. Plants on the altar, smoke in the air. She been healing while she right here. She don't chase what's ready. She aligned and it appear. No, why? Heart, mind, right, body, loose, spirit, talk when she move. Holistic royalty by Kels. She don't say much, you can't tell. Holistic royalty, she move well. Mind, body, spirit, all in sync, she well. Holistic royalty by Kels. She don't say much, you can't tell.
Welcome back, family. Make sure you subscribe to Holistic Royalty by Kels. She had her first meditation today, y'all. Her first meditation today. A matter of fact, let me show you what I learned. Let's go ahead and take a deep breath in through our nose right now and let it out through the mouth. And we're going to slide deeper into this conversation of long suffering. Y'all like how I did that? But make sure you go ahead and subscribe to her, okay? So, long suffering has a certain texture, a certain sound, a certain emotional signature. You can feel when someone has been through something but refuse to let it turn them cold. Those people carry a certain softness that's been sharpened by experience, not destroyed by it. Long suffering is often called a fruit of the Spirit or a cardinal virtue because it protects our peace and preserves our community. The gift of long suffering is that it frees you from the prison of bitterness. When you are long suffering, you are constantly, excuse me, you aren't constantly wounded by the actions of others. Got a little distracted. When you are long suffering, you aren't constantly wounded by the actions of others because your happiness isn't dependent on their perfection or their life. The virtue lies in the ability to mirror the divine. It provides the time and space necessary for people to grow and heal. Let's sit with this characteristic for a little bit. Let's sit with this, okay? Long suffering people tend to have emotional balance, not because life is easy for them, but because they've learned how to breathe through pressure. They also have mercy because life shows has shown them their own flaws. They have humility because they know life can shift at any moment. They have passion because they've been on the receiving end of compassion or they survived without it. A friend who keeps showing up for the family member battling addiction, not enabling, but not abandoned. A spouse caring for a partner recovering from depression. A young entrepreneur grinding on their business for years without even applause, no shortcuts, no instant gratification, but they don't quit. A parent raising a child may have special needs, pushing through exhaustion with love as they anchor. Let's talk about signs you're long suffering. You don't shut up easily. Like, let me say, these are signs that of you having your own long suffering. Okay, here's some signs. You don't shut down easily. You offer second chances, not of being naive, but with wisdom. You're slow to anger, not because you're passive, but because you learn anger doesn't fix anything. You endure discomfort with dignity, with your head held high. You love people at their pace and not yours. Let me tell you this, being long suffering doesn't make you dormant, it actually makes you a pillar. Let me say that to you again. Being long suffering doesn't make you a dormant or a doormat. It actually makes you a pillar. The gift of long suffering is the ability to endure with grace, the virtue to be morally beauty of choosing kindness when cruelty would be justified. Even though it might be justified, you have the virtue to choose kindness instead of being cruel. You have the gift of long suffering, and that's the ability to endure with grace. Okay? So, you ever been on the phone with a customer if you worked in customer service for so long you feel like you start aging? You went from 30 to 38, waiting on the person to respond or waiting on a person on the other end if for a representative. That's long suffering, okay? So stick with me. Your breakthrough is coming right after this message.
Welcome to the space where worlds become portals and their soul remembers. I
was
am
born
Alicia
with a
Young,
fire
and
kiss.
this is
Time
Soul
like
Food.
truth, breathe like mist. I carry lifetimes in these hips and prayers inside my wrist. They said I'm too much, too wild, too free. But baby, I was never meant to be. Quiet, tame, contained. I am so untamed. Ooh, 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 I am so
What is meant for you is already in motion. Let's
magic
see
in my skin,
where it
healing
leads.
while you hold me.
Your soul already knows.
Say my
The
name,
cards
feel
are
the
just
shift.
catching you up.
Body butter, shade sage, washing off yesterday's weight. Spell in the steam, peace in the
Hey, everybody. We are at the portion of the show today where I do the product of the day. And I'm excited about this one because I just tried it today, y'all. I opened one of my Shamaka Essential boxes and had this right here, Self Seduction Aroma Therapy Spray. When I tell you it smells good, let me tell you what's in this. We have tobacco vanilla, okay? And just regular vanilla. Then you have some cinnamon, some sandalwood, and some Florida water, and much more. And when I tell you, woo, I'm feeling it today, y'all. So this is once again soft seduction aromatherapy spray. It's a warm and smooth, irresistible sensation. Its soft seduction is going to open with a gentle sweetness, and it does. You can smell that vanilla. Deepens into rich, intimate warmth and settles into velvety, a lingering finish that feels both seductive and refined. And she ain't never lied about that. Y'all, I got to spray some more. And you can spray it in your area. And if you're at work or around, people be like, girl, you smelling good. You tell them this is soft seduction by Shamaka Essentials. That is going to be on www.shamakaessentials.com. I can't stop smelling myself. Okay, y'all. But it's on www.shamakaessentials.com. Tap in, get you some soft seduction aromatherapy spray. You will not regret it. Welcome back, Love Palace family. Make sure you tune in to Alicia Dion. She had a very encouraging live today. I enjoyed it so much. Man, you get you see the COC got you covered on Mondays, especially because you got Alicia Dion, you have Queen Kells, you have Linda Helen, you have Daily Dose of Dee, and then every other Monday you have Mouthpiece with my mental health Monday. Okay? So tap into Alicia Dion. And y'all, don't forget this right here. I still got it right here with me. Telling you this soft seduction spray is where it's at. Go ahead and get you some, okay? All right, let's go back into our discussion. Cause let's move on onto the how. Because understanding isn't just enough. We want to grow, right? We want growth. So developing this quality of lung suffering isn't about trying harder to be nice. It's about shifting your perspective. Let me say that one again. Developing the quality of long suffering isn't about trying harder to be nice. It's about shifting your perspective. Long suffering is a muscle, right? And like any muscle, if you don't train it intentionally, it stays weak. Step one that I'm going to offer to you is mindfulness under pressure. Mhm. You learn how to notice your frustration is rising without acting on it. Just pause instead of reacting. Just be like, one moment. Hey, even if you got to do the church finger, one moment. There are very few situations that require instant emotional reaction. When you feel the heat rising, take that deep breath and remind yourself of your long fuse, your breath, instead of blowing up. Okay? Compassion for yourself. Have compassion for yourself. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to get exhausted and you're going to snap sometimes. This is not an all fix all thing here. Sometimes you're going to make mistakes. Sometimes you're going to get exhausted. And sometimes you're going to snap. But long suffering grows when you forgive yourself while working on yourself. It's much easier to be long suffering with others when you realize how much others have had to put up with you. hmm You develop compassion for yourself. And then that long suffering is going to kick in, and you're going to be like, dang, I didn't realize how much people had long suffering for me or put up with me in the things that I do. Have compassion. You need to have empathy expansion. I like this word. Empathy expansion. Try to see the human behind the behavior. I know this sounds hard, and it is hard, y'all. It's hard. Trust me, I'm still working on this. Work in progress. Try to see the human behind the behavior, not to excuse people, but to better understand what you're responding to. Try to see a person's difficult behavior as a symptom of their own struggle rather than a personal attack on you. Empathy expansion. That's what Dee's working on. Empathy expansion. Okay. Commitment to the process. Hmm. Long suffering is built through consistency, not perfection. It's just that simple. Commitment to the process of learning and acquiring long suffering. Consistency. It's not perfection. Okay. And of course, I always say this often, we're going to set boundaries, right? Because endurance without boundaries becomes self destruction. Self destruction. You're dealing with self destruction. That's what came in my mind, y'all. I can't help it. Setting boundaries because endurance without boundaries becomes self destruction. Healthy, long suffering protects your peace that doesn't sacrifice it. Okay? Now, we need to have practice, right? If we're trying to develop long suffering, we have to practice this. Life was going to give you opportunities, slow lanes, difficult people, long waits. Use them to condition your emotional stamina. Practice being long suffering in these small ways, like choosing a slower line at the grocery store on purpose or letting someone merge in front of you in traffic. This is going to build the muscle for bigger challenges in life. Practice. Practice by doing things that's going to help you gain long suffering. Now, this one here, this is important. You want to have spiritual grounding, whether through if you pray, if you meditate, if you journal, or just reflect. You need a place to anchor your soul so stress doesn't carry you away. Yes, you need spiritual grounding. This long suffering is one that you're gonna need this one because this is gonna help you, like I said, to anchor your soul so stress doesn't overwhelm you. It doesn't carry you away. Okay. And the final one, give yourself gratitude for growth because every time you make it through something hard without becoming harder, grow. You have won. Just like that. You've grown. Give yourself, tell yourself, thank you. Okay? Tell yourself thank you. Let me just share something with you, okay?
The only way you're ever going to get to the other side of this journey is you have got to suffer to grow. To grow, you must suffer. And some people will get it and some people won't. But they have to see what their journey is to start their journey. Several people live to be 100 years old and they have great lives and they have great kids. Their kids go to college and all sorts of stuff. But somewhere in their life, there was a point where they had a decision to make. They can go left or right on this path. Left was the easy route. Right was the hard route. A lot of people take the easy route. And they had a good life that way, but the better life was going to the right side. And you may have 20 years of pain and suffering to get past it, but a lot of us die never truly starting our journey.
Before we go today, Love Palace family, let me leave you with this. Resilience isn't the roar. It isn't loud. It's quiet. It's the quietness that keeps you alive when life felt too heavy to breathe through. It's the whisper that pulled you out of bed when grief tried to handcuff your soul. It's the whisper that made you smile, even through, even though your heart was still healing. You, yes, you right there, are the definition of long suffering. You endured things quietly that would have broken louder people. You carried responsibilities that weren't always acknowledged. You held love that wasn't always returned. You forgiven people who are not always sorry. You shown grace when frustration deserved the mic. That right there, that's not weakness, that's wisdom. That's not being soft, that's spiritual strength. That's not suffering, that's growth. And today, I want you to honor yourself. Honor the storms you endured. Honor the patience you cultivate. Honor the peace you protected. And honor the love you kept alive, even on the days you felt unloved. Because long suffering isn't about staying in pain, it's about staying in purpose while you move through the pain. It's not about letting people drain you, it's about letting life shape without letting life break you. You are stronger than your past. You are wiser than your wounds. You are softer than your scars. You are proof that endurance is a form of beauty and that love, mhm, that real love is built in the long journey. So keep enduring, not because life is perfect, but because you are powerful. Keep loving, not because people always deserve it, but because your heart doesn't know how to dim. Keep rising because some miracles only meet you after the wait. This is your season to grow quietly, heal deeply, and shine loudly in your own time. I want to thank everybody for coming to Daily Dose of Dee, talking on the subject of long suffering. Man, I really enjoyed this one and I really learned a lot today for myself. When I was doing the research for this, I was like, whoo, this is powerful. A very powerful thing. Remember, long suffering is brave. It doesn't mean you suffer in conditions long and then it works out. That's not what it means to me. It means that you have patience, endurance, and it helps you to make wise decisions. It doesn't change you from who you are. And you know what, baby? You are love. So thank you for coming to the Love Palace. Peace and love to everybody. And I will see you real soon. Shout out to the replay game as well. Thank you for always supporting me, all my lovely supporters and subscribers. I appreciate you all. My family that always chimes in when they can. I appreciate you all, even if it's on the replay. You tell me that you're there and I can feel you here. Thank you so much. Everyone have a good mingly Monday because we mingled today, okay? We mingled about long suffering. So I will see you real soon. Peace and love.
First, you suffer. Then you awaken, and only then do you begin to ascend. Strange, isn't it? That pain is not a punishment, but a summons, a knock on the inner door that says, wake up. Not to the world, but to yourself. You see, suffering shakes the foundation of who you think you are, so that you may discover who you truly are. And when that veil lifts,
I know he is going to love this gift. Thank you, Shamaka Essentials. Happy Valentine's Day. Be on the lookout for a Valentine's special on JamaicaEssentials.com.
The petite 9x6 Valentine box opens to a cobalt and silver collection, a 3-ounce body spray with silver atomizer, a 4-ounce tin of whipped
Calm, a cooling aromatherapy spray with notes of sea salt and lavender, a smooth ocean blue soap that shimmers like water, rich body moisture that sinks right in, and a grounding bracelet with...
Inside the premium 10x8 Valentine box, every element is chosen to pamper. A 4-ounce body spray and an 8-ounce body wash.
A cobalt blue aromatherapy spray with a silver pump carrying our Royal Azure fragrance. There's a whipped hydrating body moisture, matching body wash, also in Royal Azure.
Yeah, we shine, nothing less. Drip so divine, body magic in the air. She make her got the vibe, self-love everywhere. Essentials only keep it real, no stress.
The suffering of the soul. Have you ever felt pain so deep, it didn't even feel like pain anymore? Just silence, like your soul forgot how to scream. Maybe suffering isn't just something we survive. Maybe it's the language of awakening. The universe doesn't always speak with blessings. Sometimes it speaks with loss, with betrayal, with nights that feel endless, and mornings that feel pointless. But every time you break, you uncover something real. A layer of yourself that can't be touched by this world. Something eternal. Something waiting to rise from the ashes of who you used to be. So if you're hurting right now, maybe this isn't your ending. Maybe it's your rebirth. Because even stars are born. In the darkness, you will rise again.
When your heart needs reminding, D is divine, D is daily, D is love, a daily dose of